package is finally here. I mentioned that in my last video, and I'll put a link right here to that particular video where I kind of hinted at what was coming in the mail. A lot of you all had quite a few suggestions on what you thought it might be. All those suggestions are probably a little bit more impressive than what's actually inside this box, but to me this is a pretty cool little item. Now, before I get into what is actually inside this box, I want you all to keep in mind that the idea behind this purchase was, one, for me to get into this sort of a thing, and two, create content, new sort of content for the channel. I'm going to be performing a process on these that will hopefully be entertaining and informative. What are you doing? Anyway, where was I? Hopefully this is going to be a way where I can create a little bit more content on another process that I've kind of wanted to learn about and get into. I've only seen pictures of these things online, so I've never actually seen them in person. So I decided I'm going to bring you all along, open up this box and see what's inside, and I'll get to kind of explaining what the idea is for them. The best part. Feels like Christmas. Right. For anybody who wants a hint, Japanese newspaper. Oh yeah. So this is what I got in the mail. A set of 3. Yes, you heard right, 3. I could only find 3, so I'm still looking for an additional one or another pair. But a set of 3 JDM Hoshino impul rims. I got these rims actually for the price of 2. The guy sent the 3rd one that he had, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I'll actually be able to use the 3rd one, but the worst case scenario, this wheel will be one of my spares. It might not be the same exact specs as another pair of wheels that I get to match these or something, but at least I'll have it there and I can set it up as a spare and keep it in the trunk in case I have any sort of issues with these wheels in the future. So like I was saying before, I've got 3 Hoshino impul rims. They are 14 inches. And 2 of them, this one and the one on the far side, is 7.5 inches wide. And then this one is also a 14, but it's right at 7 inches. And I believe the offset for that particular one is +5, I think. Yeah, +5. As you can tell, the first one that came out of the box is in a lot better shape than the other 2. There's a lot of corrosion. There's a lot of bends and nicks and chips and all that good kind of stuff. But I always come back to kind of what the idea was for these rims. I want to try to restore them. Now, I do think that some of it is probably a little bit too much, or I kind of bit off more than I can chew on fixing some of these issues. Specifically, the problems with the lips. That one over there has a pretty bad dent in it. And then a couple more of these have some dents and some scrapes right on the lips. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, and I might end up having a shop try to repair them as best as possible, at least for those particular areas. But all of this corrosion and nastiness and rust around all the hardware and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to try as hard as I can to actually refinish and refurbish these wheels. Now, this is the first time that I've ever dealt with aluminum, specifically aluminum corrosion. But with that being said, that's the whole point of this channel, right? I mean, this is me out in my garage, working on this car, working on projects, and trying to learn stuff that I don't quite know and learn the processes behind them. So I think trying or attempting to restore these rims will make for pretty good content, and hopefully it'll help some of you all out there as well if you stumble across a super cheap set of wheels, or in my case, a set of 3 wheels. But let me take you all a little bit closer so I can show you a little bit more of the damage and the areas we're going to need to work on. So here's a little close-up of the impuls. As you can tell, this one was semi-restored, I think. This, definitely the faces are not in that rough of shape, but you can definitely see a lot of issues. Hardware problems. All that hardware is going to need to be replaced because it's rusted. Inside here, it's nice and rusted. I'm going to have to get in there with a wire wheel and try and get all that rust off, possibly even try to like sandblast it or something to get all that rust off. The issues with the lips, we've got some curb rash there. We got an actual bend in this lip here. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take a lot of work to get these looking better, but this is actually the best one out of the three, so I guess that's good. Moving on. This one right here, this is probably the worst when it comes to corrosion. So I don't know exactly what happened with this rim, but it looks like it's been sitting in the bottom of a lake for like 2 years. This is all sorts of corroded. I don't quite know what's going on here. These are aluminum lips, but it looks like this was repaired at some point in time, maybe with steel. I don't think aluminum rusts, so I don't know what exactly is going on there. So that'll take a little bit of investigating, I guess. So this is kind of cool. This is a center cap, but this is a replica. It's not an actual impul center cap. These are just stickers. Found that out once I got them, so I mean, it's cool though. This one I don't think looks all that bad. I just think it's really dirty. This might have kind of the same repair down here as the other one. Not quite rusted, but it looks kind of weird. And this one actually has the sticker still, which I think is about to come off. At least when I took it out of the box, it seemed like it was kind of flopping around. But we'll get all reproduction one of these, or if I can find actual ones, that'd be really cool, but I doubt it. But we'll get all those replaced and making them look nice. I mean, how cool is that though? Inspected by Hoshino. They actually might have tried to repair these at some point. Yeah, it looks like Japanese writing to me. And it looks like this was kind of sanded down, but not really repaired all the way. So that's kind of cool. I guess these rims have a pretty cool story. At least they tried to be repaired. And I don't know what happened to this rim, but we got some crazy marks on the inside here. I guess that got put on a machine to take the tire off, and it just kind of gouged into that aluminum. Yeah, same there. But at least they seem kind of straight, right? Maybe.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
But basically what I'm trying to get to is it's going to take a lot of work to get these rims to a standard that I approve of to go on this project car. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but worst case scenario, I'll take these to a professional shop and have them restored, hopefully if they can be. There'll be something really cool to throw on the car, I think. It'll add a little bit of uniqueness to it, and I think it'll look really cool when they're all nice and done. If I had the money and the ability, I would definitely send these off to Barrel Brothers in Sydney, Australia, but that's way too expensive, and I bet shipping would be outrageous. But, you know, one can dream, I guess. But what I want to do first is I want to clean these off. So I'm going to take these wheels, throw them in the Evo, and then we're going to take a trip to a local car wash place. I'm going to take a pressure washer to them and some soap and see if I can't get some of that corrosion or that really bad caked on corrosion off. So I will see you all at the car wash. Hey guys, welcome back. So it is the next day and I am back from my trip to the car wash, which really didn't do anything to these rims, as you all can tell over here. Corrosion's still there, maybe made them a little bit more shiny, but for the most part, pressure washing them didn't really do anything. Which prompted me to actually take a deep kind of look into these rims and see what the condition is and kind of what we're dealing with when it comes to restoring these particular rims. So here's what I found out. So these particular rims obviously are corroded, right? All of this in here is aluminum corrosion, which I had kind of thought, I don't really know much about this, but I thought that corrosion was kind of surface level. And for those of you all who don't know, these particular rims have a face that is diamond cut. And what I mean by that is this. So from the factory in Japan, the faces were cut with a diamond, I guess, bit or something, and it kind of makes for almost like a rainbowish effect. I don't know if the camera is really catching it or not, but if you look really closely into the detail, you can see these little teeny tiny grooves cut in the faces of the wheel that reflect light in a really particular way. So what I did off camera was take a little bit of this aluminum and mag polish and a towel and actually tried to clean some of this corrosion off. And this is what I found. I don't know if you can quite see it. I'm going to try and zoom in. Hopefully you can pick up the detail. Basically what I found is this corrosion actually, when polished, when that corrosion's removed, it's actually eaten into that diamond cut face. So there's really no way I'm going to be able to save that particular part of this rim. So what exactly does that mean for these rims? Well, I think what I've decided I want to do is I want to go for an absolute full polish of these rims. Of course, keeping the black paint in the middle there, and then also I'll need to change out all of the hardware because the hardware is all rusty and nasty looking. But I really think I want to actually make the faces polished and also polish the lips too to get that really cool mirror-like finish. I think it'll look really nice, especially when I can find some center caps for them that are legit. I think that'll look really cool. But anyway, so the plan of action there is to use this particular rim right here, which is the spare out of the three, and I wanted to try the process on that rim first, see what it looks like, and see how, you know, how good I can make it, because worst case scenario, that rim is going to be a spare. It's going to be in the trunk anyway. So we're going to test everything out on that rim, and then if it looks really good, we'll do the same thing to those two other rims as well. But anyway, that's about it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for more content on the AE86 and also restoring these wheels. I think they're going to be really cool when they're done. So thanks everybody for tuning in. If you like this sort of video and want to see more content like this, make sure to smash that thumbs up button and also click the subscribe button below if you're not already subscribed to this channel. Stay tuned for more AE86 content, and until next time, I'll see you later.